Okay, so today we're going to be looking at the Proverbs 31 woman. I know that you've heard a lot about this woman. I know you've probably read, the book of Proverbs 31 before, but I just want us to look at it together, learn one or two more things, from this particular book. And I want to say before we start that this book, even though it was written to a wife, right, about a wife, because a virtuous wife, right? Some translations, say that talks about the husband of this woman. So she was married. But even though that doesn't matter, right? Whether you're married or you're single, or whether it's a complicated situation, it doesn't count. It doesn't matter, because this book is for every woman. Every woman should stay on this book, study it, read it, because this is one book that challenges you as a woman to be better, to do better. It shows you your capacity, your capabilities as a woman, all that you can be, and that is why I love this book so much, because I love how much it challenges me, right? I love people who challenge me to do better, to be all that God has called and made me to be. All right, so we are going to just look quickly into this book. I'm not going to read through the whole book, but I encourage you, if you can, please find time, stay on this book, read it over and over, pick out points from it, work it into your life till you begin to see changes in your own life. Okay, let's quickly look into this book, some of the things that I learned in this book, reading this book. Okay, so the first one is that a virtuous woman is not common. The book starts with a question: a virtuous woman who can find? She's worth far more than ruby. So it talks about worth. It talks about what some versions say her price is far more than ruby. So you see price, you see words like price, words like worth, words like price and worth. And when you hear price, you hear what you're talking about, value, right? So how valuable is this woman? Well, she's more valuable than ruby, far more. Sometimes when I read this, I'm like, Zinaida, if they sell you now, how much can they sell you? Will you even buy yourself? Will you buy yourself? They say they're selling now. Are you willing to pay for your own self? Have you worked on yourself to a point where you know that you are valuable, right? It's so important, right? So this woman is valuable. She's not common. You don't just walk around and just find a virtuous woman. And you know why? It builds a value. She builds value. She builds herself up. She's constantly trying to make herself better. She's constantly trying to make herself better in terms of character, in terms of development, self-development. She's working on herself continuously to be a better person. So she's far more than rubies, worth far more than rubies. The second one is that she's trustworthy. When you read the book, you see where it says her husband trusts in her, right? Her husband trusts in her. Her friends trust in her. Her colleagues trust in her. Her family members trust in her. Her sisters trust in her. Do people trust in you? Can people depend on you? Can they rely on you? Are you reliable? Are you trustworthy? This woman is a trustworthy person. You can count on her. She can give you her word and you can go to sleep. These days, apart not just women, men alike, it's hard to find people who are actually trustworthy. People will say something and they will do the opposite, right? So it's really hard to find people who are trustworthy. And this is one thing that really stood out to me. Is either, are you trustworthy? Can people depend on you? Can people rely upon your words? Right? That is trustworthiness. Okay, and it was a main important character that I loved about this woman. The next one is that she was industrious. She's an industrious woman. This woman is industrious, and not only is she industrious, she also does not neglect her home. All right, so she balances these different aspects of her life properly, very, very well. So you're industrious, you're making money, you're winning, in your business or your career, whatever. you should also not neglect your home. Your home should in fact be your number one priority, because that is what we see in the life of this woman. She did not joke with her home. She had 7 maids. She would call them in the morning, plan her day's activity, plan them, make sure that everything is okay. Her children are well fed, her family is well fed. She made sure everything was going well in her home front. She even plans ahead. She has no fear of winter, because she has planned ahead. She has already knitted what they're going to wear, the sweaters, the blankets, everything is set, where she has planned for the future of her family. So everybody, everybody is at peace, because they know that mommy has got us covered. That's the kind of woman this woman is. It's not when the winter now comes, she's not running up and down. Hey, this so, hey, God, hey, I've not, scattered. No. This woman was cool, calm and collected. She knew how to plan ahead for her family. Okay, and I also love to say that while you're building your home, please don't forget to build yourself. Woman, don't forget to build yourself. It's so important. Building your home, you're also building yourself. Your family needs you to be optimal, functional, up and doing. Okay, so you have to also build yourself while you're building your home. Don't neglect your own self. All right, that is something about this woman. And the next one is that she is a generous woman. She's kind and generous, and this one is also lacking. People are not kind anymore, and you always blame it on how other people treat them. I've seen shade. What have you seen? Please ma, or please sir, what have you seen that has removed kindness from your heart? You have become so cold. What exactly has? I know some people have genuinely, but everybody says it these days, no, I've seen what I've seen. What have you seen? Please help me. Help me. What have you seen that other people have not seen? See, kindness is a decision. Kindness is a decision. Generosity, and these things are lacking these days, right? People are cold. People are no longer kind. And I know that people have abused kindness, but that doesn't mean that you should change, especially as children of God. When people say equal and matching energy, when you show me this, I show you back, it tells a lot about your character, because a person of character has consistency in character. There is consistency in character. Somebody cannot treat you like this today, you respond tomorrow, and nobody knows who you really are. Do you understand? There has to be consistency in character. If you are a kind person, let it be known that you are a kind person. If you are a generous person, let it be known that you are a generous person. Not that you are kind to these people, you are not kind to these people. Even the Lord Jesus said, if you are only kind to people who are kind to you, what kind of kindness is that, right? He said even the Pharisees are like that, right? The pagans are like that. They are kind to people who are only kind to them. And that is not how God trains his children, his daughters. God will always put you in a cruel situation to test your kindness. Trust me, I've been there. So I'm not saying what I've not been through, right? God will put you in a cruel situation to test your kindness. God will put you in a hateful situation to test if you are actually someone who has developed real love for people, right? I had to ask God to help me, and I'm still asking him to help me. All right, you don't want to be industrious and and you're not kind. You're not kind, right? So the next one is that this woman knows how to manage her resources. She's a manager, general manager. I like this one so much, and this is not being stingy. Because people say, I'm managing my husband's resources, and you stop. You don't want to give anybody anything because you are managing your husband's resources. Auntie manager. No, okay, no. You have to know the difference, and you have to strike that balance well. Okay, managing resources is not the same thing as stinginess. Okay, it's just knowing how to manage whatever you have in your family. At a given time, how to manage. The things to do and all of that. Okay, and resources doesn't necessarily just mean or talk about or refer to money or food or all of that. It also has to do with human resources. Some people know how to manage people around them. Managing people is something that you should develop as a woman. Yes, learn how to manage people, manage your friends, manage your husband's people. The last one that I would love to say is that she fears the Lord. I think that is what summed up that chapter of the Bible. Said she fears the Lord. She should be praised, right? Because she fears the Lord. Yes, and this is the foundation. This is so vital. A virtuous woman, this virtuous woman is a woman who feared the Lord. And I'm telling you, if you fear God, if you really fear the Lord, all these things will come to you easily. Yes, not like easily, but it will be easier for you. You won't necessarily struggle doing this. Why? Because you fear the Lord. Because the Lord is the one who gives the strength to do this. It's the Lord. He's the one who gives the strength. So as long as you fear him, he will give you the strength to function in this capacity. So this is where it all begins from, and I don't know why the writer went to put it at the end, because this is actually where it begins from. So you can see that this woman feared the Lord. Let me put it that way. She wanted to please God. So she wanted her life to be a sweet smelling sacrifice, a sweet smelling savor to God, right? That is what she wanted, and you can see that through the character of her life, through her activities. You can see that she was a woman who was mindful about God. Okay, so we've come to the end of this topic. I hope you learned one or two things. Please let me know in the comment section. Please engage on the comments. Share what you learned. Share what hits you. Let me know if there's something you want us to talk about in coming episodes. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying and watching to the end. Thank you. I'm grateful. So I'll see you in the next video. If you have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Like this video. Share it to your network, the community. Someone may just need it. Okay. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.